Alright, so apparently, my bad. So this is part three of the lecture because apparently I'm exposing the CIA and they getting upset. So I mean that's my purpose here on life is to speak the truth and goddamn raise my people up so they can see it within them because it's a collective race, nigga. It's not one motherfucker. So I gotta move like Neo for the Trinity. Cause what happened in the fourth movie, bro? Neo didn't even believe himself in the first one. He didn't believe himself at all, bro. Then he was found. Trinity always believed in him. She had a little crush on him, right? But Trinity always believed in him, bro. Even when Neo didn't believe in himself, cause he was still breaking the spell. You feel me? the, the spell of the gift of Zeus. Feel me? He was breaking this spell, which is the devil, the veil. He was breaking the veil put over him because it made him seem like he was a regular guy just stressed out. But once he started tapping into the matrix or tapping into the spirit realm, he started learning things, right? So when he came back to his body from being plugged up into the matrix or whatever, or to the computer, because it's two different versions of being plugged into the matrix, all right? Is one bad way, and then the other way is me using his sleep as symbolism as you in the spirit realm. Because when you ask yourself what you want to know, what you want to see, meaning you're asking yourself and not going outside of yourself before you go to sleep, it will be revealed to you. Most of the time you're traveling all over the cosmos and you don't remember is because of the food consumption and then the perspective. Like fear is the reason why a lot of people just experience nightmares and not learning experiences because the fear is a blockage in the physical and the mental and in the spiritual. So is not natural to you to fear. It's natural to you to be aware, right? Because that fearness is actually awareness. But the reason why fear is not of you because it shuts down your immune system. It shuts down your train of thought. It shuts down you pretty much. It it throws you off of purpose, right? It could be something you're supposed to go on the flow with. As soon as you fear something, it throws the balance off. So like that being said, he feared. Sometimes he even hopped off a building and fell, but he tried again. Then he ended up seeing that he's the chosen one, right? From all his training that he went through, like in my eyes, he low key was. They all would sleep when they plugged in, right? It's because it's showing you how you're plugged into the cosmos, being a multi-dimensional being. Like you can really. What did he used to ask Morpheus? Morpheus, the need. You feel me? Neo. These are names of the brain. You feel me? What did he tell Morpheus? I want to learn this, that, and the third. And when he woke up, he was moving like he knew what the fuck he was talking about, or he was moving like he knew what to do. So it became self-confidence. So when the three agents tried to shoot the bullets at him, he stopped all them bullets and he made them drop because it's carbon. You connect the carbon. I just got shot about last month in my shoulder and it deflected off of me like I had a bulletproof vest on. Like nobody would never know that unless whoever on the camera saw it. You feel me? So look, that being said, we in 6D. That means the carbon is being activated, right? The carbon, the carbon within. That's if you're being a positive variant, because the Ninth Templar secret is actually the definition of variant. During DNA sequence, it would be positive effects, negative effects, or nothing happens at all. So the variants to nothing happens at all are going to be the ones who witness everything happen, from the greatness to the destruction. That's the variant. The positive variant is going to be the one doing supernatural things, like tapping into the frequency of the planet, clearing the skies, having dominion over the four elements, really all of the elements, because they're in consciousness. And where you're conscious of what you're connected to, it becomes part of your nervous system. So if you believe you're omnipresent, then you're getting connected to whatever you see as omnipresent, dealing with carbon, because your carbon and hydrogen within actually connects to the carbon and hydrogen outside of you. That being said, they have to manipulate that to manipulate you. Reason why they're manipulating the 369 energy or the universal cycle to manipulate you, because the cycle is within you. That's why they're scared, because niggas is waking up, exposing them, destroying the system, right? Teaching the right way, teaching the truth from the lie, because the truth is always disturbing, more disturbing than the lie. But this the age of Aquarius, nigga. There's a whole different energy coming off my people and me, coming off the planet, right? This age of Aquarius. But the thing is, the truth is more disturbing than the lie. So look, the Xeno is a masculine name of Greek origin meaning gift to Zeus, formed from Xenon, an ancient derivative of Zeus. So Zeus, if you actually read about Zeus, there's always a higher and a lower self. But Zeus was portrayed as Satan. But they make him seem like he's Anu. Just like how they made the name Jesus to represent the same person, but it wasn't. That's the thing about Judah. Like, people thought Judah was really, niggas thought Judah was really jealous of Jesus, but Judah actually peeped who the fuck he was, a shapeshifter. That's what Judah saw, feel me? He peeped he was a shapeshifter, right? That's why that book was taken out too, if I'm thinking of the right name. Because it was either in the book of Thomas or Judah or something like that that was taken out and revealed that. So that goes back to Satan changing his names to all these different names. Because hey, Zeus means the god, but Zeus was the created species god, a replica of the real Messiah type shit, right? Because there's just so many different ways of this nigga portraying himself. Just like Jacob is really Yakub, right? Jacob, they ain't have no J's, so that makes Yakub. But then when you read the story about Yakub, it ties back to the 12 again. You feel me? You see where I'm going? It's all different stories showing you the same shit. But if you're not comprehending from the origin of the word, you're going past it. It's like making a story that you know people is gonna read it as that, but whole time there's a whole message, a code inside of it because they changed the languages. Like English is not an original language. English was created in the medieval times during where a lot of witchcraft and spells were going on. You feel me? So this ties down to the spell that we're all under, dealing with the trust that we sign over to Zeus. You look at your dollar bill, it says, "In God we trust." "In God we trust" is talking about the trust of God, the trust signed over to Zeus. They say Zeus mean God. He's not my God though. You feel me? Look, so that being said, if you read about Yaqub from Jacob, then you can learn about the splicing and the dicing of the cell of how he made clones. Because to even clone something, you have to look at its original cloning stage. Like two people coming together, you pretty much created a body, you created a vessel for the soul, right? And what are clones made for? Like, I'm talking about the fake clones, you feel me? Or just cloning, period. It's used, you only clone something so it can take on, it could take on the form, but also for a body. It's another body being used by a certain energy, right? So it's the same thing about like drinking. Like you have to be in a good mindset most of the time, and you can't let nobody put you in that mindset because of how what energy allow. Like if you ever read a bottle, it says spirit based, right? Because it's dealing with the brew, right? It's dealing with the spirit. And what does the spirit does? It ties to the soul. So for them to, when you're making like natural cloning is us just having sex, right? Like if that clone could reproduce itself, then it will be cloning. It just will be cloning in a natural way, but it will hold a parasite within it, within its genes. So then that would just make uh that would make like disabilities and shit, like dysfunctions because of the mutation that wasn't natural. That's how it comes through natural cloning when you're just having sex. But this cloning shit, it can redo it reproduces itself under the sun, right? That's why anything was an uncontrollable substance. All diseases come from animals. So that even ties to your HIV, your herpes, your STDs, STIs, all that shit, bro. That ties back to animals. Even your colds, your flus, all them sicknesses, cancer, all of that ties back to the animal, bro. It ties back to the animal. So it be motherfuckers who think can't get cancer because they don't smoke cigarettes, but you're eating a lot of meat, which are dead cells, which are really not even dead once they start combining with your cells. That's the whole point. The T cell combines with your cells so it can help it mutate, but it kills out your cell, causing paralysis. Of, lysis, which is pathological blood destruction in medical terms, right? Because look, the gift of Zeus dealt with this acid when they were trying to kill Kronos, him and his sister. Him and his sister was trying to kill Kronos with this acid. And that's where the gift of Zeus comes from, right? It's, it falls under Greek hospitality, right? Greek hospitality is the way they show now, giving the money and all this other stuff. Like they got media, which ties down to Madea, right? It's a ritualized friendship, bro. So during this whole time, that's something to look up. But during this whole time in Xenia, the whole point was when you're a foreigner to the land, that means you're an outsider, pretty much. So that being said, when people used to travel and meet people, they used to tell them their stories, right? But these people, let me just say, these people who had the AI in them was actually being used to keep watch of this. Just like the birds outside, a lot of them are robots, and you can start hearing their chirps. It sounds like a robot frequency coming out of it. Like if you listen closely, like it's like a glitch going on with them now, because the energy about to knock them the fuck out. So then you're gonna see what your true birds are versus your fake birds. When you see all them jumps just dead on the ground, that's why. Because natural birds are going to survive, my nigga. Natural birds will survive. You seeing all these fake ass birds die out? Boom. Unless they were part of a genetic mutation uh, during a cloning process, just like the pig. Like the pig is made of cats, dogs, and something else. It's crossbreeded, right? So that's the same thing with white people, bro. Like white people is about to experience a lot of this shit too. There's six ether genetics. A lot of them may unlock to this shit, but at the same time, the energy higher than 6D is going to may knock it out, or it's going to cause them to shift into something else that they weren't. It's either going to cause destruction, or it's going to shift them back into whatever genetics they're connected to. You feel me? That's just because of the energy. Like, save niggas, some niggas shift and get x-ray vision. Some other people might shift into a goddamn animal or something, bro. Or like with animal features. Looking like uh looking like what you would call a demigod. Feel me? Kinda like on Hercules. You saw that half man, half horse looking type person. Some shit like that. So look, but the Xenia, right, it was used to see who was divine. So all of this social media they got the tracking on to you, they know what people are connected to, but they want to see as this is going on, because it's a global conscious project, but they want to see who is divine because they want you dead. So when it comes about me, I already know they want me dead. But the thing is, they hop in bodies to get to me. So me knowing I done cleared my conscience and everything else, so I'm not thinking about what most niggas will think I'm thinking about, which make me really hard to figure out. So that being said, when I'm being when an attack is coming and I know that I'm not physically thinking about this shit, and then I know myself from the beginning, I know where it comes from, right? So that being I know where it comes from, I know it's not of me. Like, just like not too long ago, bro, somebody got upset with me and I wasn't even talking to them. I didn't even know the person. Like, I'm literally talking to my homie and somebody walks past, go a little further, talks to me like I'm talking to them. Like, it's like somebody hopped in their body, bro, and made them attack me. And that's pretty much what happened. I mean, it got handled, but at the same time, they need bodies to get to you. If you looked at the fourth Matrix, right, all them robot ass people, right, who were they all attacking? The divine one, Neo, Neo and Trinity, right? They were attacking him because he was the divine one. They used the AI to find who's divine so they can kill him, because that divine one can break this whole matrix down, being the vortex between two worlds, the spirit world and the physical. When you awaken, you become a vortex. Like, it's light in you that you can't see, but to see it, all you have to do is look up at the clouds. Because what does the sun does? It spreads the clouds out. So look, once the light seeps through it, you feel me? And when the light can't get through from below, from above, it has to get through from below. So that's when it comes a connection, which aligns all the way up to Sirius X. And stop playing with me. So look, so the Xenia is how they're keeping track of us. During Greek hospitality, or showing hospitality by giving out money of FEMA and all this extra shit, because at the end of the day, they want you dependent on them. Because when you're not depending on self, you're disconnecting self metaphysically, period. Like, the whole thing is stop going outside of yourself. You feel me? Because when you start to go outside of yourself and not being you, like, or not being you, you get disconnected from you. Now you're becoming more of a worldly thinker and not a thinker of you, which is the universe. You feel me? We on universal time. At least I am. Like, 3 months feel like 2 weeks to me. Feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like, I already know they're gonna try to attack me, bro. Cause it's like every time I step outside, knowing that I don't do no harm to nobody, bro. I don't rob people. I don't go around killing people. I don't be going around talking bad about people, bro. I done broke them loops. Really, I done broke my karma. For real, for real. If anything is, I can bring it, invite it back, dealing with certain people. But like, this is what I'm saying, bro. Mentally, physically, and spiritually chosen, you're gonna be attacked. But that's why you don't forget. Fear blocks your awareness. So once you even, that's the thing, like, when you remove fear, you don't even think that way no more. Or even in the something that you might have been scared of, you don't think that way no more. Like, say if you was scared of bugs, right? Then you grow up, now your favorite thing is the beetle. You feel me? You operate in different energy when you remove the fear, right? So And when that happens, it's actually awareness of your chaos energy, because the root energy is actually where that power is going to get generate from to rise to the top. Feel me? That's why, like, when you got a lot of energy, you want to fuck something because you were trained to use your energy to fuck. It's just for to transmute it into a thought for your nervous system. Like, it ain't our fault though. But the thing is, it always ties back to you because you're the one doing it to yourself. So it's like, yeah, we could blame them about this, but the whole karmic lesson about it is seeing that you did it to yourself, or I did it to myself, some shit like that. That's the whole karmic lesson. That's even saying like Satan, like that nigga made a whole breed of people because he wasn't getting the love no more that he used to get from his own. But he stopped getting that off of his own karma, is him being stuck in his root. Like, you can't be the tail, you gotta be the head. Like, being the head is being in a crown state. And when you're in a crown state, you're tapping into everything in you and outside of you without trying. Feel me? It's like I can be reflecting someone else's energy and I ain't even be thinking about them. But it could come out of me like I'm the one upset. And I would be sitting there like, where the fuck this shit coming from? Because I would have to check myself like, am I really mad? And when I check myself and realize I'm not mad, then I realize that I'm actually reflecting someone else's energy because I'm picking up on their thoughts. And when you don't realize that shit, niggas look at you crazy. That's why if you realize the shit, it can actually work in your finesse. Just like the FBI, they get trained for shit like something that you naturally have in you. You feel me? Awarenesses. All of your chakras, the rainbow, those are awarenesses that's supposed to have input and output like music, dealing with frequencies. If it's mentally blocked, which is mentally blocked by man-made emotions, and then physically blocked by the consumptions of the wrong diet, food, animals, and shit. Because animals was always used for rituals, bro. Or like spells, protection spells, all types of shit like that. Like, it's not really meant for you to eat unless you were trying to tap into that animal's energy. Like, period. And the thing is that most of these animals, they get killed out in fear. So even if you don't even have a fearful mind or a crazy or be thinking like that, it's because the food. If you were to stop fasting and then eat meat and then was to eat meat, you will pick up random ass thoughts from nowhere, but you will only notice that if you actually fasted before. You start seeing that a lot of this food is attached to you mentally because if you get attacked physically, that attacks you mentally. If you get attacked mentally, that affects you mentally. I mean, if you get attacked mentally, that messes with you physically because it's all dealing with your light within. You're a light body being. So to keep the light bulb off, you have to destroy the current. The current comes from the flow, the blood flow. And the only thing that stops the blood flow is your sodium channels with the cholesterol that's being clogged up in it. But the thing is, unnatural shit under this new sun, it's really the same sun, it's just the magnetic field depleting. So as time goes past, the magnetic field depleting and you're feeling the natural energy. The thing is, unnatural things cannot live in the unnatural in the unnatural things cannot live in the natural environment. Like the environment we've been in has not been natural for a very long time. I mean, there's a lot of natural things going on, but it was being manipulated by clouds or by sub-zero technology because every time the planet was trying to be natural, because the thing about a magnetic field is like a glass, right? And that glass can be blocked. It takes time for the light to seep, like to heat up. So even though it had a magnetic field, it was still heating up the cell. That's why we was still growing, right? But it stopped the process of the cell to keep growing because of the food consumption and the mental thought, plus the magnetic field blocking the connection. So that's really why it was giants here and stuff, because we were in our natural environment, eating our right foods. You eat your right diet, your cells do not die. They don't die. They're not supposed to die. I don't care what nobody say. That's why when you smoke weed in the wrong diet, your cells, your memory, some of your memory might be lost. But if you were actually in the right diet, smoking weed, your memory will be amazing. Like, because the weed is actually just like the sun. Is good for your cells so you can reproduce more cells. Because when you're talking about a frequency, your cells hold charges. You have million voltages of charges, so that makes you a walking powerhouse. But when you're killing out cells, you're killing your charge. It's just like when you get itis and you don't even feel like doing shit no more. That means you're killing red blood cells and blocking the flow. Really, is the flow is getting blocked. Then that blocks the current. When it's stopping the current, you're stopping the flow of electricity. So now you get tired. And when the flow is being blocked, it's because something that's not supposed to be there. So now that's building up again, transported to your respiratory system, right? So me means what does me mean in science? Mechanical engineering, T means in science. Mechanical engineering, semi-metallic chemical element in the oxygen group called tellurium. Tellurium is a solid at the room temperature of 52 degrees. So it turns into a solid or like stone. So look, meta or meaning In science, an area of knowledge that is object of study. Be something as a sport or technique that may be studied or learned like a science, anything natural. Science, what does or mean in science? The science, see, it's not even trying to show that shit. Look, it's definitely some sus shit going on. And every time, like, I done counted, this is the fourth Lionsgate portal. But niggas expect that shit to happen in August. The whole time, this shit's been happening every 3 months. Because it's literally 3 months, 4 alternates right now as we going through this timeline. So that's why I said, man, 6D to 360 science. Damn, my window open. So that means that 6 suns making 3 binary systems that's coming together to that one sunlight. So when you look at the sun or put your camera at it, you see about 3 or 4 objects around it. Or you could just look at the moon, because the moon is just a reflection of the sun. Niggas ain't go to no plasma or a ball plasma in the sky. You feel me? It's a reflection of the sun, which ties to the manipulation, the eye weapon, nigga. So that being said, this goddamn eye weapon is on the way. Peace.